The car in this illustration is going to be your life. Your life is going to be the what? The car. All right, and so this car has 4 tires. And the tires are that which helps the car get to where it's going. Is that right or wrong?
Right.
Okay, and so this particular tire, I want you to see 5 spokes in that tire. And these 5 spokes are healthy relationships, community involvement, physical health, emotional support, and job satisfaction. These 5 things are the components to a balanced, successful life. I don't know if you've been watching the news lately. If not, when you go home, you'll probably find somebody who was very successful in some areas of life, of these areas we're talking about. But there was normally one area in which they did not give attention to that eroded and affected the other 4 areas of life. So I want you to see that a balanced lifestyle is the key component to being successful. You're human, so you bring what happened at home to work because you bring you to work. And what happened at home happened to you, and it affected you, and it bothers you, and so you bring that to work with you because you are what? You're human. Part of being a professional employee is having the capacity to process through what happened at home, leaving it at home, and then focusing so you can have what? A satisfied day in your work environment. All right? So I want to talk to you about 5 areas really quick that affect you as far as being a part of a great team. There are 5 things within this 5 aspects of a healthy life, a balanced lifestyle. There are 5 things that will derail us. But if we can master these 5 things when it comes to working with people, when it comes to working on a team, right where you are, you'll have the most exciting and rewarding experience in whatever department it is you're working. Because it's all about these 5 things. Lee Iacocca. Anybody old enough to remember Lee Iacocca?
Yeah.
All right. Few people. Lee Iacocca was, he worked with Ford, he left Ford, and then he headed Chrysler Corporation. And Lee Iacocca was, is hailed as a great business guru, as a great management person. But he said there are 2 things to management. He says people pay me $100,000 a year, a speech, to talk about 2 things. And there are 2 P's. He says you got to first get the right people, and you got to put them in the right position. The right people, and put them in the right position. I believe you're the right people if you're sitting here right now. Do you believe it?
Yeah.
Well, give yourself a hand clap for being the right person, being in the right position. And I want to now talk to you really quick about 5 things that will help you from a relationship perspective. The first one is honesty. Honesty is extremely important when you're working on a team. Anybody here married? Honesty in your relationship is extremely important. Anybody here a part of a civic organization, a part of a church, or something of that nature? Well, honesty in that environment is very, very big. And so we want to be able to give individuals honest feedback in the work environment. Why do we want to give them honest feedback in the work environment? Because we want to avoid resentment. Because resentment is that which derails the train of the corporate success when we're seeking to get to where the company's desire to go. It's because when I have an issue with you and you have an issue with me, it is very difficult for us to kind of walk together and work together in harmony. And that resentment is when someone has done something to you, someone has said something to you, and you did not address that with them in a proper, professional manner. And so you let that linger in your spirit, you let that radiate in your mind, and 6 months from now, you send the activity that person did, which you did not bring to their attention, you resend that information in your mind. And that's what resentment is. It is resent messages of things that we failed to address. And so honest feedback goes a long way. Now, when you're giving honest feedback, there are 4 ways that you can do it. One way you can do it is aggressively. Another way you can do it is passively. A third way you can do it is by being what? Passive aggressive. But what is the most effective way to give honest feedback in a professional setting? It is through assertive communication. And when you're giving assertive communication, you are stating the behavior, not the person's character. But when we're not assertive and we move into the realm of aggression, then we begin to speak about a person's character, and really it was an isolated incident. It was a certain behavior that took place, and we move off the behavior and we get into all these other areas. So honest feedback is extremely important to being a successful team member, to being a successful wife, to being a successful husband, to being a successful person that's a member of a church or part of a civic organization. Honest feedback is extremely important. The next thing I'll talk to you about is instrumental support, instructional support. There are some things that you know, Brother Bryce, that I don't know. And I work in this department over here. My department is managing this table and making sure this tablecloth is right. And your department is doing the chairs. And I don't think you have any experience or any knowledge on the tablecloth of things. But you might. And it's real beneficial if you can just share with me a little bit of information so that I can do my job a little bit more effectively, a little bit more productively. So instructional involvement is extremely important to the team building process. Everybody's with me? All right, so you have honesty. You have instrumental support. And the other thing I want to talk to you about is emotional support. Now, I want to go around really quick, and somebody give me a word that is an emotive word. Not a thought, but give me an emotive word. Somebody say a word that's an emotion.
Angry.
Huh? Angry. Glad. Happy.
Curious.
Upset. Now I want to twist it and do it one more way, because we're going to be honest. We're all on the same team. We're working together. So in one word, how do you feel right now? Who wants to try that one?
Tired.
Tired. Uh-oh, we'll get this conversation. How do you feel? You feel stressed. You feel tired. You feel frustrated. Well, we got some stuff going on right now. How you feel? Frustrated. All right. Now let me tell you really quick, and watch my time. Really quick. Emotions follow thoughts. Emotions follow thoughts. And so when you have an undesired emotion, what you really want to do is process your thoughts. Why am I feeling tired? What is going on? Now, is it because I didn't take care of my physical spoke? And the three aspects of dealing with that physical health is sleep, nutrition, exercise. Well, I've done the sleep, I've had the nutrition, I've had the exercise. So now we've got to process that further so that we can replace that undesired emotion with a more healthy emotion. You're frustrated. So you want to process in your mind, now why am I frustrated? You know, I'm not saying say it right now. Communicate right now. But you want to process through that. And it may take you right now, if you're not used to processing through your negative emotions, it may take you 2 weeks. It may take you 3 days. But if you will commit to process through undesired emotions by first journeying back into your mind and replacing negative thoughts, you'll get to a place where you can process that emotion and move past it within 10, 15 seconds. Who wants to be able to do that? Ooh, something really stung, that really hurt. And within 15, 20 seconds, you can just dust yourself off and what? Keep it moving. All right. So emotional support is very important. Now, you as an effective team member, if you see this young lady here is frustrated, then you can give her a word. Because remember, emotions follows what? Thoughts. You can give her a word, which is new information, that's going to enter into her mind. And if she receives that positive information, it's going to thereby change how she feels. It is a life-changing process, and it is a money-building process for a corporation. Because they want everybody to feel good, believe it or not. They want everybody to be excited about working here. They want your day to be full with joy and things like that. So emotional support is very important, as the word says. The other thing that's very important is a sense of belonging. I'll probably have to finish here, but a sense of belonging. Who are you and what's your place in the overall vision of the company? I won't put you on the spot and ask you what's the vision statement of Cypress Wood Sabra, but you probably want to know that. I'm not going to put you on the spot and ask you what's the mission of Sabra, what's the mission of Cypress Wood, but that's something you want to know. Because if you don't know the end result, if you don't know what's the desired end, then how do you know you're going in the right direction? And if you do not know the mission of the company, well then how do you know that you're going according to standard? So it's a very important process. Now, what about if you're married? Well, if I have an end result for my marriage that's over here, and your end result is over here, how is this going to work out? Because we're going to constantly be going what? In two different directions. So knowing the vision. And so if you're a manager, I won't talk too long, but if you're a manager, one of your key jobs is to cast vision. As the vision is being cast down to you, guess what your job is to do? Cast that vision further so that the individuals who are working under your leadership, they get it. They know how mopping the floor affects the overall end result of the corporation. Or changing bedpans, or making sure the food is hot, or making sure the pipes are working properly, and things that all of this stuff works together for a collective whole for the said corporation. I'll tell you a quick story and I'm out of here. Y'all got time for a quick story?
Sure.
Really, really quick story. There was two men, and they were working. And they worked together for years, Maverick and Bryce and Juliet. They worked together for years. And so, see, these individuals worked together, and one of the individuals was a talker. And the other person, Miss Tanika, was a doer. And Jamal, this person who was the talker, would say, hey, one day I'm going to own this company, y'all. Person would lean on his shovel there, Helen, and say, I'm going to own this company one day, y'all. I'm going to own this company now. You better believe it. You better believe it, Juliet. I'm going to own this company. And matter of fact, I'm going to make you the director when I own it. Jay, it's all right. You don't have to do anything, because guess what? I'm going to own this company one day. Just leaning on his shovel. Then there was another guy. He wouldn't say anything. Guess what he do? He just shovel that dirt. He shoveled that dirt every day. And boy, the talker would talk every day. One day I'm going to own this company, y'all. I'm going to own this company. Well, a few years passed, and guess how the story ends? Nope, the person didn't own the company. But guess how the story ends? The person who was the doer got to ride around in the van. He would go from location to location in the cold AC, the doer. And he would just look and oversee the job, and all he had to do is check something on the paper, and then he goes to the next thing. And guess, he would laugh every day, because guess what he would see? You see that guy leaning on that pole and say, I'm going to own this company one day. So it's about performing. It's about performing. And the reason Ms. Jane and the Sabra Corporation desires for you to take a break within your day and come into an environment like this, because at the end of the day, they're seeking to make you a greater performer, not a greater talker. God bless you.